Welcome to the 293 Code Podcast. Today's episode is love. So let's get into it. I know a lot of people think they're in love or maybe love. What is it? What is the definition of love anyway?
Love over everything. Loyalty over everything.
What?
That, to me, that's the real meaning of love. Loyalty over everything. But in a positive setting. Brianna over here looking at me like, what the hell?
I'll wait.
Yeah, no, explain that.
Loyalty over everything. You know, you're saying, what is love? You know what I'm saying? Because love comes in two different forms. Real love and play love. Sometimes people can love you in the moment, but they don't love you internally. You see what I'm saying? But the real meaning of love is loyalty over everything.
So if it's in the moment, isn't that just like?
Yeah, but you can have loyalty and no love.
Not love.
Yeah.
You probably could. Yeah, you probably could. Look, everybody look stuck. You probably could. You could be loyal to things, but I'm just talking about like when you really with somebody though, you know what I'm saying? Like most people tell you like, hey, you can respect somebody, but you know your loyalty to somebody is way deeper. You know what I'm saying? Because loyalty is like the highest. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying like love is just a 4-letter word. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like if you want to know the true meaning of love, to me it comes with loyalty.
Okay.
That's my definition.
So that's
What's yours, Brianna?
That's your definition. Okay.
I'll challenge you later.
Okay, yeah, challenge me. Here we go. Let's go with it.
I think for me, it's learning to put someone else's needs and wants before your own. Like somebody's being matters than your own. But I feel like that's a deeper.
Yeah, because I want to challenge you on that right quick.
Why? Why you gotta? Because that's a challenge.
No.
A duel.
No. Because I gotta ask you a really question on that though. Because you said putting somebody else's needs and wants first, right, over your own. But wouldn't that be considered more of caretaking instead of loving? That's more of caring, not love, right?
Mm-hmm. Not for me. Like I love my son. His being means more than my own.
Yeah, that's different.
No, it's not.
Because that's your heart, that's your blood, that's your lifeline.
Yeah, I wish a nigga would.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like an individual person though.
I think it's the same thing. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Really? So
everyone that I have love for, that I love, I would put my life on the line for.
Yeah, we know that more doubt. But I guess I'm thinking about it different though. Because I guess I'm looking at love different. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked that question.
What do you mean? How are you looking at it?
Because I can love somebody, or it can make look like love because I'm caring for somebody. You know what I'm saying? I used to always get the two confused. That's me though. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. You can love somebody, but be more loyal to yourself than them.
That's true.
Which is choosing yourself. So if they're just a downright dog and you choose to leave them, you're choosing yourself.
Because you have to love yourself first.
Yeah.
But that's with anything though. I think sometimes we get the definition of love mixed up because, like you said too, because I didn't think about it. If you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else?
That's true.
If you don't know how to love yourself, you only mimicking what you think that person needs to make them feel like they being loved.
I think you don't. Well, I guess for me personally, I'm better at giving people what I want back, not mimicking what I think they need. It's how I would want to be loved. I love people how I feel like people should be loved.
Yeah, but I don't think everybody's gonna love the same though.
Well, they need to get on board because I love people very well. And it's just a representation of how I want to be shown love.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. The way you give love, that person's not going to give you the same love because guess what?
No, because they're going to love me how they want to be loved.
But what if they don't?
They don't what?
If they don't love you the way you want them to love you. What if they broken and torn and have trauma and everything? What happens then?
What's so funny? And I missed something?
So, That's a deep question if you think about it, though.
I feel like that's happened to me before, but I still, I mean, I could sleep fine knowing that I still gave proper love.
Because loyalty over everything.
How is that loyal?
You were still loyal. Just think about it. Now, think about it, Charity.
Mm-hmm.
You said that happened to you before, right?
Mm-hmm.
You stayed loyal to that person.
Until it was up.
Right. Mm-hmm. But in between of that relationship, the loyalty, you stayed true to that relationship. Love, loyalty over everything.
So you think love and loyalty just go hand in hand? You think if someone says I love you, but they lie to you or they do something to break trust, that they're not loyal, so then you don't believe they love you?
Yeah.
That is a crock of crap.
That was a good definition how you put it, though. Think about it, but yeah.
Yeah. You can love someone and still break their heart.
Yeah, but you know what? I used to didn't think like that, though.
You just said you still don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like I'm getting better, though, Brianna. Because, no, what I'm saying is because, you know, you think about it. Okay, let me ask y'all a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you coming from a trauma background, right? Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. And you go out here and you know, the first person you see and the person make conversation with you or whatever, yada, yada, yada. And you be like, oh, man, they're cool people. And you be like, you know, you've seen each other for months and stuff like that. And then, like, you be like, oh, I think I'm in love with them. Right? And you feel like they're showing you all this trust. It's going to be hand in hand, right? Where it's like, you know what? I'm giving you me, you giving you yourself to me, right? Mm-hmm. So it comes, okay, like loyalty, you know, it's like nothing, no harm, no foul, right? But as soon as that person break that loyalty, then it's just like, man, you never love me. Fuck it, I'm done.
That's how you think?
Yeah, that's how I think.
I can't say the same.
And I think the reason why is because for me, the reason why I think I got like that is because I did too much trusting in the wrong people. But then, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like the people that you feel like should have loved you from the beginning, and that come from childhood, and you missing that segment from a parent, then how are you supposed to learn how to love?
I don't think because of that, because I was missing like love from my father, I didn't really have expectations. I just kind of taught myself like, this is how Brianna wants to be treated. This is how Brianna wants to be loved and cared for. Because I know a few married couples and I don't want to be loved like that. Mm-hmm. I'm good. So I just kind of came up in my own head what it was.
That you needed.
Yeah.
See, it kind of took me years to learn that.
You also have to teach people how to love you.
Yeah, but if you don't know how to love yourself.
Yeah.
Because I was too busy caring for people to want to see me. Mm-hmm. When you're young, you thinking like, oh man, you know how like when you young and you be like, oh, if I'm giving them everything that they need, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want, boom, 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 boom. You thinking that's love. As long as they happy, I'm happy.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's being taught. You know, you see, you know, your mom go through it, your grandmother go through it, your brothers or whoever, you see how they get love and you perceive that, especially as a child. Oh, that's what love is.
Black people love toxic love.
They do.
They feed off of that.
They figure if I go to the trenches with this motherfucker, I just want
that
you
is
to know,
so ridiculous.
Like I let you know that I love you, and that's not always the case. And see, over the years, you know, I learned to love myself, but also watch people. Like when you say loyalty, I want to see how loyal you are to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can say, well, I'm loyal, but I see what the fuck you doing to yourself. So how you going to be loyal to me and you can't even be loyal to yourself? And if I see you like, oh, I love you. When you say you love me, you can't even love yourself. So it really does start off with self-love.
Yeah.
And then that way you pick it up and you know when somebody's treating you not right. You know when something's off. You know, okay, this is how love feels to me because I love myself. And it's not to be arrogant. It's to be centered and like not get into toxic fucking love. People, if you don't love yourself, guess where you're going to find yourself? In a toxic situation. Because we all been there. We all been there. And we're like, oh, this bitch, I want her to know I love her.
Not the nails.
You know what I'm saying? But you chasing this person all across town because you're trying to, you know, confess your love, and you see it. It happens in movies. If I show up, Pretty Woman, prime example. I show up and I'm like, oh, at your window, and I'm like, oh, I want to take you out to dinner.
Pretty Woman wasn't black people though, was it? No. The black version is like, I'm finna pull up on the side bitch and whoop her ass. And
like it's a thin line too.
Yeah, there you go.
Charity over here,
Foxy Brown.
Like, oh Lord.
It's definitely Foxy Brown. But I mean, really, at the end of the day, we end up with toxic people, and then we wonder why this shit ain't working.
Because, like you say, too, we grew up watching the Cosby Show.
No, said we.
Oh, well, Brianna, Brianna, you was born back then. You was a baby, but you was in that generation.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? We grew up watching the Cosby Show, right?
Right.
And Family Matters, and like they would show like the black households and like family love. Half of us didn't grow up like that.
No, we grew up like Good Times.
Yeah. Good Times.
Fat Albert. Remember that? It was a show called Fat Albert.
Brianna.
That was a good show.
Yeah, it was. That was a show, though.
It was a show.
But I mean, like, like, I guess the reason why I say, like, with love, loyalty over everything, it do stem from, too, like, you have to show yourself loyalty. Because it's like this. Everybody have been in some type of toxic relationship where we know we're not being treated right, but we still trying to make that person be the one. We still trying to make that person, like, see us for who we are. Because we really don't see ourselves. Sometimes it takes being hurt before you realize like you do matter and you have to know your worth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like love is really a dangerous word.
People use it loosely.
Yeah, people do use it loosely, but it's like when you do say it, it's like then like, okay, I'm giving you a piece of me. It may not be all of me, but at least a piece.
Well, people don't use that anymore. I mean, you can tell it's a moment. Like you said, it's a moment thing. Like, I can go to a strip club, and I'm using this as an example. So don't take this out of I can go to the strip club, and, this woman's dancing on the pole, whatever the case may be. At that moment, man, I'm mesmerized, and I love her.
Throwing these words.
Yeah, because, like, that was not a word. I'm mesmerized?
I'm not. I'm going to start saying that. You mesmerized me.
Well, it's the country.
But I knew what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
Now, we've been messing up these words for a while. But, I mean, really, at the end of the day, we're loosely throwing it around and, telling a person, I love you, it's manipulation, really, at its finest. If I say I love you, then you should be accepting, like, willing to just, what are the word I'm looking for? Now, any other time, y'all trying to, like, really, it's just manipulation at its finest.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel like people use the word love, like, I love you, or I'm in love with you, as an entrapment to keep you?
First of all, those are two different things.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying the word love.
I love my nail lady. Mm-hmm. I'm not in love with her.
Mm-hmm. Those are two different.
But I'm just saying, like, do you feel like people use those words sometimes, even though it's two different segments, sometimes as an entrapment?
I feel like they use it to manipulate a situation. When things go wrong, they'll use quickly, like, I love you. When they get caught, they're like, I love you.
Yeah.
So it's a form of manipulation because, coming from a background, that I came from, we rarely say I love you. That shit wasn't just thrown around.
We grew
like
up with
that.
we grew up with we didn't say that in our household. Mm-mm. It was weird. Just like, it wasn't until I moved up here that I was like, Black people and families actually hug each other?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Like siblings? I'm going to tell you a story. So, me and your mom, we went down to California. This was when we went to Disney.
Good sis.
And so my sister was also flying in because she had a convention down there. So it was like, I was like, okay, we can all meet up and everything. Mm-hmm. And so we met up with her the same day we got down there because she came in like a couple of hours later. So I said, here go the address to our hotel. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I picked the hotel, so it was like a 2-star.
1 star.
So my sister was all scared, and she was just like, I was scared to tell the taxi driver to pull up in here. I'm like, no, we here. We just got out the pool, So we all get in the taxi or whatever, and we take off the Dave & Buster's. We eat, play games or whatever, and we come back because my sister's hotel was like across the street on the other side of Disneyland. They said it like the Hyde or somewhere. So we all got off over there, and so we was like, we'll just walk back to our hotel. So I'm getting ready, I'm telling my sister bye and everything. When she was going up to her room, and I was like, all right, see you later or whatever like that. And, we went our separate ways, and Marissa was like, you don't hug your sister? I'm like, for what? She was like, y'all don't see each other. I'm like, we don't do that. It's just like, bye, see you later. Like, back then, hugging your siblings or your parents and all that kind of stuff, it's awkward. Mm. You may hug the elderly, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They can half move. But like, you don't just normally hug and do all that. It wasn't until I moved up here where I was just like, Black people actually hug each other and stuff? And they say I love you? Because we never did that.
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of broken issues there. Like just hugging or saying I love you or expressing feelings, emotions. It was a taboo.
Yeah, because up here they say it a lot.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
You're right.
Right, but I never thought about it like that, though. I just be like, why everybody say that? Like, it's uncomfortable. Even like getting off the phone, your mom be like, I love you. Like, love you too. Like,
yeah, but you can say some, like, I love you, and because anything, like you said, anything can happen, but are the intentions true to that? Ooh. You know what I mean?
I think my problem is I've always believed I did when I wasn't seasoned, that people's intentions were good because I wasn't one of those people that, just like with respect, it's not earned. When I meet you, it's just like something I give, but you can mess it up. And I feel like my heart is open to give love. So I don't think of it like that. Like, it's just love. Just give love. And hopefully they can give it back.
Yeah, because you have true intentions, though.
Yeah.
But what if they don't know how to show it back?
Then what you do?
Huh? What do you do?
I try to teach people how to love.
Okay.
Which I don't recommend.
Brown, like, stay away from that department.
Don't do that.
They don't know how to do it.
Unless you have a lot of patience and time to waste. Because it doesn't work all the time. But I feel like the world, like, look at my mother. Mm-hmm. She's a lover. She was a lover. Like, just gave love instantly. Not like, ooh, I'm going to be rude for 6 months and then I might give you an inch.
Right.
It was just love. Do with it what you will. If you don't know how to give it or show it, let's work together.
Yeah.
Guide each other.
Yep.
Teach me how you want to be loved. Or in some people's case, it's I'm going to watch what this person may need. Mm-hmm. And like two humans, which people don't do these days, is talk. What do you need from me? What can I give you so that you feel like somebody loves you?
Right. And Oh man,
They're not going to talk because of their trauma. If you look around, people's trauma is so deep and so real that just talking about the basic things or basic emotions, you'll see people clam up or they get real tight. Watch people when they start talking about their feelings and their emotions and their past experience. You start seeing people get real tight, and then it becomes a problem. It really does.
Those people intrigue me. They do. I want to know what happened to you. Who did it?
But it's so deep, and they become aggressive. You know that. We talked about that.
But sometimes, some people take love into a different formation. And what I mean by formation is some people, they be ready to think like love is abuse.
Abuse is love.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cherry was looking like, huh? Yeah, I said it backwards. That abuse is love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like, you get some people that's really traumatized by that and think like, oh, well, yeah, he beat my ass, but I know deep down he loved me. That's just him. He just have some problems. Like, that ain't okay.
That's not love. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a moment for that person, and that person may not know how to love you in the best way you think he knows how, or
right.
She knows how. And this is what like I said, when you're a child, you see your mom, the guy tells her, I love you. But then you turn around, you see your mom getting beat, choked out. And then all of a sudden, they say, you know what? I really do love your mom. I love your mom a lot.
Right.
I can't tell, she turning purple. So I can't tell.
She walking around with a black eye and stuff, and can halfway see trying to cook rice on the stove, about to burn it. But you love her, and then she gonna tell you the same thing that, yeah, I love him. He just had a heart.
That's why I said that manipulation.
And the child left feeling confused on what is love really, because they don't see it.
So I think it depends. No.
What?
I think it depends on if it's a little boy or if it's a girl. Because
no,
I feel like if it's a girl, 9 times out of 10, she's going to gravitate towards that.
Oh, boys too. Boys are known for
what?
If they see their father beating their mom or beating their girlfriend, they're going to do the same thing too. They're going to grow up and say, you know what, this is what I equate to love. Like, soon as like some emotions gets unstable and they can't verbally communicate those feelings.
So are you saying that he could still love someone and beat on them?
No, he cannot. I mean, he equate that after seeing his father do that, and his father said, I love her. I would never try to do anything to hurt her. But, it's excuses and it's manipulation. So then his son thinks the same thing. It's just like a narcissist. If you have a narcissist mom, she teach you things, right?
True.
Mm-hmm.
So you learn, you like, well, this is what it equates love, or equate love is if I can control the situation and not let you go anywhere, I got to make sure you mine. So it becomes a property thing than love. You see what I'm saying? But they think they're loving you the best way they can. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or are you confused?
I'm pissed off. That people think like that. But I think those
real.
type of men, they like weak women.
True.
Not saying all those women are weak. I'm just saying they like people that are not.
They like passive women. Submissive? It's a word, right?
Yeah, it is.
But I also feel, there you go. I also feel like those situations probably start out with an alpha male. Women don't just walk into that like, all right, I'm signing up for.
Sometimes they do. Strong women walk into it too.
Walk into what?
They walk into a man, abusive man or a woman. They walk into it.
What does walk into it? They don't go on a date and get punched in the face and go on the second date.
No, it's more of
coerce.
No, love bombing. So it's
what is that? I never heard of that.
Really? Break it down, Charity.
So
these nails, child.
She got, man. Them niblets.
I know these niblets. So love bombing is when someone just like wants to know everything about you and they just say, oh, you're so beautiful. They really just like feeding you like all like you can tell a person when you go on a date, you're like, oh, they'll ask you, what's your insecure? What do you want? And you're like, oh, I don't like this. And then they'll play it up and say, you know what? I love that. That's beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. And they listen to everything you say, everything, but they keep feeding you. And then all of a sudden it's just one day you end up black eye or end up like being trapped in a closet, and then all of a sudden they go back. It's a push and pull type of thing. Like they do the negative and then they do the positive. So love bombing is the positive where they just like keep coercing you and stuff like that. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Yes, look at that, please. I may have not gave the correct definition, but I can give you a little bit of that though. Wait.
So I've been love bombed.
Oh yeah, you have.
I did not come here to get insulted.
I mean, everybody's been love bombed. I've been love bombed.
Here we go. The actions or practice of lavishing someone with attention or affection, especially in order to influence or manipulate them.
That's love bombing.
I've been love bombed before.
Yeah, and you got to look at it. You like you said, you're open to giving love. They look forward to that. People who are like abusers and controllers, they look for that.
But I mean, I guess. But everyone comes across one in their lifetime. They have to.
They do.
It's like a rule.
They do. But either you every day you come across something. Every day. Work, school, just out in the stores, you come across people like that. But then at the same time, your spidey sense kick up and they be like, ooh, no, this motherfucker ain't right. But guess what? It's either your choice. You can either listen or you can say, well, no, they're not like that. They're not.
I mean, excuse me for trying to find the good in people.
But I mean, they look for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you
like a narcissist,
if you're always trying to find the good in somebody, it's always going to be somebody they're ready to manipulate the situation.
Yeah.
Well, then we live in a disgusting world. I feel like
no, there's good people, but there's also broken people.
Yeah.
That are looking for a good victim. And good victims are people pleasers.
But at the same time, you got to also think about it. There are good people out there that are broken, but they don't know how to put the pieces together to be able to be a full person to actually be able to give that love correctly. And what I mean by that,
they're the perfect person to manipulate.
Right. Because sometimes you have people that want to love and want to be able to show love, but they really don't know how. You know what I'm saying? They probably mimic what they done saw other people do, but they still missing the pieces of on how to love.
What does that mean? How to love? How do you love? What does that mean? I know I'm not supposed to ask the questions, but what does that mean?
Question.
Okay, what's the question again?
Uh-oh.
You keep saying they don't know how to love. How do you love? Like how?
Yeah. How do you love?
Like, how do I love?
Hey.
Abroad, like,
Answer that question.
like, dang, Brianna, you put me on blast. Okay. So, for me, when I say how to love is how to be able to give all of yourself to where that person can actually feel your soul. Like, they know, they don't question, like, they know that you love them back. When I'm saying, like, how to love, that take time, effort, and knowing yourself. Do you agree?
I feel like I show love with patience. There's a lot that goes behind that because, like you guys said, these people that don't know how to show love or sometimes receive it, they are damaged people.
That's true.
And for me, I've always gone into it, like I said, I give everyone, when I meet you, okay, if you go away and come back, no. But when I meet you, you start with a clean slate. Mm-hmm. No matter like what walk of life you come from. And so I just try to have patience to try to pull things out of people so that I can understand what makes you you. And people appreciate when other people take the time to get to know their whys. Like, why are you this way? Why do you do this? Why? Like, truly understand them.
Right.
And I feel like patience has gotten me a long way.
You think so?
I know so. I'm married.
Okay.
But you know what? Think about it. Like, you said with the whole,
I think so. I'm married.
But you think so? Oh, but you think so? But you know, the thing of it is that, like what you just said, right? It all has good points, but it also brings to the point to where like you having patience is you doing everything naturally.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it comes, love comes with the good and the bad.
No, you're right.
And the struggle of having to put up with things that where it may take to the tangle. You know what I'm saying? As far as like figuring it out, whether you want to or not. Like love is challenging, and most people will be like, "Well, what do that mean?" It's just that it's easy to love somebody, but it's easy to get mad and try to fall back from a person, but that love's pulling you back in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, love is hard.
you have to meet people where they're at to an extent.
I mean, yeah, you can meet them where they're at, but
Not meaning put yourself, if they're damaged and destroyed soul, not saying that you put yourself down there. I'm saying like their communication style, like I said, what they need from their person, you have to meet them there.
yeah.
Yeah. But do you feel, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all feel like when a person tell you like, hey, I love you, and they may come with like a grocery list of everything that they feel like they need for you to love them back, do you feel like that's true love?
I feel like they're looking for love because they don't know how to love themselves.
Ask the question again. What?
Repeat the question, Shirley. I forgot what I asked.
See,
No. Well, if someone comes with a grocery list, and saying like this is their grocery list, this is how they want to be loved, right? And it's a long list of grocery shit.
Do you feel like that's
do
true
you
love?
feel like it's true love?
If someone telling you how to love them, or do you feel like they should let you show them how you want to love them, or not want to, but how you would love them?
No, because I like to show people love. It's pleasing for me.
Right.
So if you give me a piece of paper that says 100 ways on how to love you, and you don't get on my nerves, I have no problem loving you that way. But can you do the same for me, good sir? Accept everything completely across the board. That I'm annoying. I cry every day. I like my food, but I don't know what I want to eat. I cuss like a sailor.
I know I do.
We know. All of the crazy things, the trauma, ridiculous. Recovering addict, like all of the things. I don't want to have to like shield myself to be able to receive love. I want it to be Brianna. And I have no problem giving you the same thing.
You know what that's called? I'm about to mess this word up.
Oh, shit.
Y'all finish it for me now.
All you said was all.
Well, that's the part of the syllable. Authenticity.
Authentication.
There you go. Damn.
Yeah.
But I like the authenticity at the
No.
Ooh, Lord.
That's
Bless it.
authentication.
no. That's
In my head, it sounds different, but yeah, we'll go with that.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess if you do bring like your true self to the table and you put it all out there like that, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and somebody can accept that, then it's like, you know, that's real.
right.
And most people don't come like that anymore.
I can sit here and say I've never had a problem loving someone how they need to be loved or meet them where they need to be met. What I've had a problem with is how I'm shown love and that I'm not being met.
Mm.
It's a sacrifice I have to give.
Since you guys are talking about that, here's the thing. It's called being in love is about a convenience, right? While loving someone is about prioritizing them, like what you said at the beginning. So being in love is convenient, it's in the moment, but actually being consistent in that love is you got to prioritize. I know my mouth. I can say that word.
Like,
My mouth just got twisted. I said it the first time.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, that makes sense.
But don't you feel that love should come naturally and not have to be prioritized? What y'all think about that, though?
I mean,
But it wouldn't feel like you're prioritizing it if it was natural. So I
Right.
mean, it goes both ways.
right.
Okay, you know, yeah, you know, you're right.
It wouldn't feel like when you say prioritize, it makes it sound like a job. It would just come so natural. It just flows.
Well, I was going off that definition.
Where's the Urban Dictionary?
Because when it said prioritize, you know what? Like, my OCD self is sitting here like, okay, you got to put it in the schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they probably should change that definition a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was just silly. Okay, here's another question.
Okay.
So it says,
Charity wants her nails done so bad.
I know, right?
So bad.
y'all shut your ass up. Being in love can be needy, whereas loving someone never is.
Say that one more time.
That's deep.
Being in love can be needy, whereas loving someone never is.
I don't get it.
I get it. Because as loving someone, that shit comes naturally. But being in love do come needy, because you know what? When you first meet somebody and you first smile, oh, I'm in love and I love you, smooches and all that other stuff, the honeymoon phase. The thing of it is, it become needy because when a person get used to that routine, they want it all the time and they don't let it happen naturally no more. Because when you love somebody, that person know that you love them, and you don't even have to tell them because you show it with your actions and not your words. When
There you go.
needy by somebody, they need to hear your words because they overlook the actions.
So people just stay stuck in the in love phase
Exactly.
and not in the loving
Then
phase.
most people clearly don't want to get married. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't exist.
It exists, but it just depends on some
Who?
people.
It does. It exists. It
I don't know
exists.
who exactly, but it do exist out there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it's
Where people are in love, honeymoon phase, and it all the way through.
No, there's people who want it all the way through,
Oh.
who don't want change, because in change, you have to really go deep and really be vulnerable with somebody at that moment. You see what I'm saying?
I guess. I don't know why I'm getting angry.
but that's why love is difficult, because love have so many languages. Do y'all not agree?
That's very true.
Yes, it has 18.
What
No,
does
it's
it-
more than that.
What? So we're not talking about the regular 5 love languages here?
No,
Five.
no,
Yes.
it's 18.
Oh, I think it's more than 18, to be honest with you.
No, it's 18 love languages.
They ain't got no rule on that.
Right now, in the psychology book, it's 18.
Not study. I mean,
Well, don't hold me to the fire.
oh God.
Like, I think it's more than 18.
You think so?
Yeah.
People show what they lacked, what they didn't receive. So the love languages don't even really, they mean something, but they don't.
You know what? Okay, so check this out, Brianna. You right.
Okay.
Because think about it. Say that phrase one more time. People love what they lack, right? Or what they don't receive.
What they don't receive, right? Yeah.
That's true.
That's so true. Because you know what? For somebody, like I go back to the whole beginning thing of like people who don't really know how to love because they probably never seen it or wasn't really engaged with it. So when they lack that, they have to go around and mimic what they see. Mm-hmm. But once that bag get empty and they done gave you all they had or what they could remember on what they think what love looked like, then you stuck because that person that you doing all this stuff for and what they seen, and they seem like, okay, well, hell, you starting to repeat the cycle of the 4 love languages that you showed me, but you ain't showed me nothing else different. Like, and that person ready to see more of that, and you can't give it to them.
You have to learn how to do all of them on repeat. Because, like, my love language is act of kindness. Which, if you think about the type of person I am, that's what I do.
Now, do you ever feel like that's stressful and hard at times?
Yes and no. I constantly do stuff for people because it gives me a little joy. But like, and it's also, I feel like it's confusing because when I say acts of kindness, I'm not talking about like a purchase.
Right.
Like I'm talking about something with meaning.
Okay. Okay. Here's another one.
I feel like Charity got us on like a game show.
Loving somebody is all about trust, while being in love doesn't have to be.
No,
I don't agree with that one.
No, absolutely not.
So
that
what?
Ain't even real.
Okay, so tell me why you disagree.
Well, first of all, I forgot the question.
Okay, Brianna.
I mean, anything involved with love, you have to have some type of trust in a person.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're in love, loved, lovely. I don't care. You have to have some type of trust.
That's true.
That's true.
Because how was that going?
That's true.
You're right. Because how that's supposed to be like? You tell somebody I love you, but I don't fully trust you. Like,
yeah, that's just not
then
gonna
that
work.
mean that how you love me is how you love everybody else that you don't know.
That's how you get them toxic.
Yeah, that's how
that toxic love, the baby mama, but I got a new baby mama, but I'm still sleeping with the old baby mama in the book because I love you, but I don't trust you, but she could have you, but I would like.
Yeah, no, that's true.
No, you're right.
That's true.
Not my trauma talking. Oh my god. Come on, scroll.
Okay. They got commercials.
Well, like we're on a commercial break right now.
Okay. So being in love doesn't have to last, while loving can be internal.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
I
does
agree with
even
that one.
in love mean? What is in love?
I would say cherishing that person that you can see yourself with. I feel like, now y'all don't quote me on this, it's just an opinion, but I feel like when somebody's really truly in love with somebody, that they cherish that person to the point to where it's that you could love only them and everybody else that you love really, like, you know, is different. Now I forgot what I was talking about.
I need that definition. What is in love?
I feel like in love is like
being enticed.
Yeah, it's that moment. It's the first moment you meet. And you can, like you said, you can see yourself with this person. It's just, this person is so, you're so enamored by this person, right?
Yeah.
You so like, there's, like you said, you cherish this person. You want to be next to this person. You want to call this person, but that shit dies. And so you still love that person, but you're not in love with that person. I guess you graduated.
But I think, you know, when you said...
Is that a bad... So it's a bad thing not to be in love?
No, it's a good thing, but don't think you're going to stay there.
So what's deeper, in love or love?
Love.
Changes. Because think about it. The longer you with a person, you have to make changes within that... not within the person, but within your relationship in order to stay in love. You know? It's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if you used to doing a routine for so long, that routine eventually gets old. It gets stagnant.
Yeah.
So you have to keep enlightening each other to stay in love. You know, older people tell you that all the time. People say, how y'all been together for so long? And they was like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know, but you know, they go through the ups and downs and stuff like that. But it's that fight and pull that you have to have within each other in order to like keep growing. But you know, relationships come like seasons.
Yeah. And you're right. And love doesn't wear. You know, you go through a honeymoon stage, that wears out. Because I'm going to tell you right now, 18 years, almost 20 years, that shit wear out. I can't stand that motherfucking ass. Huh. I'll be like, I just want to choke her someday.
But I mean, like, you think about it. It is 4 seasons. Because I mean, like,
it's 4 seasons.
You go through the season where you hot
I think
and
you
bad
guys
and love each other. Then you had a season where, you know, you like, okay, it's cold. And you rough from looking at each other. Then next minute you ready to just fall out. And then springtime, you like, oh, I'm sprung on you again.
I think this really shows like how old y'all are. Because if you ask anybody just the difference in generations, if you ask people my age what in love is, or like what is better in love or love, they're not gonna say love.
What they gonna say?
In love, because it's presented as like it's an ongoing, like it's this hot, beautiful, like you're just so enticed, like you guys are best friends. Like I think people fucking say that. My husband's my best friend. He's my friend, but we're not best friends that are in love. That's what people do these days. They don't.
No, I think when you get older and you're still with that person for a long time, that person becomes your best friend.
Yeah.
You can tell you in that younger generation.
Hey, but then that's when it come that loyalty, though. You know?
You're right. But like they said, love just doesn't wear. It doesn't wear off. In love, it's a honeymoon stage. And that's what that definition means to me. I'm so in love with you. No, I'm so fascinated by you. Like, you know, I'm crazy about you. I love your body. I love your smile. I love your intellect. Mm-hmm. But then we get old and it's like, hand me the fucking tea. Just shut your mouth, go upstairs.
I hope you got your honey and lemon.
Oh, Lord.
Right? And so it becomes a different type of love. It does become that friendship because you go through, like Bonnie said, you go through so many phases when you're in love with someone. And then when you're loving someone and you're actually going the long haul, it changes. Those seasons change. And there is some point in that time where you may not like your partner, and I'm not going to say love your partner, but you may not like your partner.
Good sis Viola Davis said that, or was it good sis Michelle Obama? One of the good sisters said, your marriage doesn't start until you wake up and you look over and you fucking hate that person.
That was a Michelle Obama.
Good sis.
Mm-hmm. What you call her?
I called her good sis.
Oh, shit.
Damn, that message right there is deep, though.
Yeah, it is. That's deep.
Yeah, because you have to dig deeper to find, like, why.
Okay, here's another one. Being in love is about possession, while loving someone is about setting them free. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah.
But what are you saying yes to?
You said loving someone is setting them free.
Setting them free from what?
Holding in who they really are. Because if you love them, you're truly accepting them.
I get it. It was way over my head. Way over my head. I'm like, oh, they breaking up?
No.
But I get it now. Good job, Brianna.
Make sure we have coffee next time.
Oh, Lord.
I got my orange soda.
Orange soda.
So
no, yeah, I think that's very true. Like,
that's a true statement.
Nobody wants to forever like hide who they truly are. Or have to throw away pieces of them just so they can feel like they have, or that's what they have to do to be loved.
That's really true because, you know, when you hear people sometimes say, like, you know, when they break up with people or whatever, or they get divorced or whatever, they say, I lost myself in that relationship.
Yeah, I've said that.
And, you know, like, when that happens, you know what I'm saying? Did you ever feel like, man, I wasted so much time?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever feel like you needed to catch up? Or do you just felt like it was time gone that was just wasted?
It's just time gone that was wasted.
Why is it wasted? I don't get that.
Because when you come to it, if you're changing for someone just to be accepted or to be loved, you have lost a huge part of yourself. And then trying to get that back is even much of a fight. Because when you finally get it back, it's just like, it's almost like losing a prized possession that you've been looking for. Like, say your grandma gave you this medallion. I know that's a good one. Your grandma gave you this medallion and you've been looking everywhere. You still couldn't find it for years. I mean, years and years and years. And finally you find it, but it's stuck in the dirt, right? And all you see is the tip of it. And so you keep digging and digging to get there. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I don't disagree, but you can still walk away with lessons so that you can get there eventually.
No, it's definitely.
If nobody ever gets their heart broken, I feel like everyone has to, unfortunately, get their heart stomped into the entire ground.
Yeah, but how many times you got to get it stomped?
It took me one good solid time, so I'm not saying by any means that anyone should have lived that life for an extended period of time.
I mean, some of us, we get stumped and stumped. The first stump wasn't hard enough. You know, my grandma always used to say, you you hard-headed. You out here, these young kids hard-headed. You know how they used to say it. You're like, no, I know everything. And then you get stumped. Your heart gets broken. Then you're like, it wasn't big enough. So guess what? Laws of attraction is going to make it bigger because apparently you didn't learn. So it gets a little bigger. Then that wasn't good enough. So then they give you shit that you really have to be a 380 and be like, hold the fuck up. Why did I miss? And you miss a whole part of the segment. And then when you finally get there, you're like, God damn it. Only if I would have done this when I was younger.
So what age is somebody supposed to make that call?
I don't know. It depends on you. Really do. I mean, you can be, some people learn it early. Like you said, it was your first rodeo and that was it. Some people, it may happen 3 or 4 times. I got my heart broken like, hold on 1 second.
Not the black buck.
It like about 3 times. The third time is a charm and it was the worst. 3 times? Mm-hmm. Because the first one was my high school sweetheart. Yeah. And that, it didn't hurt as much, but I didn't listen, because in that relationship, I was trying to please everyone. I was trying to make sure everyone was okay. And then it got to the second one. I'm gonna be honest with you. That second one should never happen.
I thought you were about to say something else.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
That should never happen, but it did, But that shows how broken I was, and I was looking all in the wrong places for love.
I think it happened to all of us, but most of the time when it really happened hard is when you're younger. Because like you said, you're still trying to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I wish some little heifer would break my brother's heart. It can't happen.
It will.
We've all been through one heartbreak here and there where it's just like, ugh.
It's a lesson. Like you said, you got to go through heartbreak to understand yourself. Because if I didn't go through heartbreak, I'd still be in the strip club.
Can you not? Oh my God. Yeah. My young ears.
But, I mean, we all got to go through it. I mean, love it's definitely a thing to learn.
But sometimes I feel like those people, no shade, no tea, that get their heart broken 3 and 4 times, in some cases, I just wanted to say that. Some cases they're desperate for love.
That's true. You are so right.
Like clawing and scratching at a certain point. But I feel like if you just like, I don't know, accept it, that your heart's, that you'll never get like that full love, that you just kind of.
That's why you got to learn to love yourself. And I'm telling you what, man, learning loving yourself, I should have done that shit a long time ago.
It's harder than loving someone else, though.
No, it is when you got to pull back those layers. But once you start pulling back those layers, I appreciate me. I love me. When I get up in the morning, I'm just like, in my mind, I'm skinny and toned.
Yes, queen.
I do. It be hijacked. My glasses are different.
Oh, love.
Very different.
Loving me is scary.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm realizing how powerful it is, and I have to balance that with not being a selfish person. Especially, like, don't catch me, like, after a leg day or something. The next day, I'm just going to feel like I am the shit. And then I look back on, like, last year, and I'm like, I'm really, like, I love you. Like, you're great.
But there's nothing wrong with that, though.
Mm-mm.
But I have to balance it with not being selfish.
But I don't feel like that's being selfish.
Yeah, though. I don't understand. Well, like,
I feel like I go too hard sometimes.
On your leg? On your leg?
Well, that too. But no, like, all things Brianna. Because I just love me.
That's how it should be, though.
I'm just saying, I'm still learning. I prided myself before on how I loved other people. I loved for people to feel good. But in some cases, like, if that's not being poured into your cup, you pour it yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
Because a lot of times people, like I said, people are either they're going to meet you or they're not going to be able to meet you. So you're going to be like bumping your head. Why don't you love me? Do you not care? Blah, blah. So it's just a lot of bumping.
I feel like the only way you can be selfish when it comes to love is that if you don't know how to love yourself, you can't pressure somebody to love you the way you need to be loved. Now, I feel like if you're trying to force somebody to love you and you telling them, this is how I need to be loved and this is what you need to show me and give me. And if you need that from somebody and you're not giving it to yourself, that's selfish. Because you can't force somebody to give you something that you don't give yourself. And then if you say you give it to yourself, then why are you asking somebody else to give it to you?
That's like dudes requiring a female to have a job, but they don't got one. It is. Like, you
Yeah. But I mean, think about it, though. You get some people like that, don't you?
You so right. You so right. You right on that one.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, you're supposed to be able to give a person love back if they giving you love. You know what I'm saying? That's that equality right there. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Some instance, I don't think you can tell somebody how they need to love you because it may be a different love language back. You may have to be able to just have to be like, hey, give me that handbook on how you love again. Or do you feel like somebody needs to love you the way you want to be loved?
Yes. Or you don't need to be with me. Just like I said, I'm meeting you where you need to be. I don't want you to love me how you like to be treated. I don't need that. That does nothing for me.
Okay, what you say, Charity?
Ciao.
Are you confused?
I am. Say it again.
Y'all know y'all be trying to get me to repeat stuff.
She's saying if someone says, I love to be loved this way, I'm going to love you that way because this is what I like.
Yeah. So if somebody said that.
Is that acceptable?
How would you take it?
Or do you want them to love you and meet you where you're at? Show you what you need, not what they need.
Yes, show me what I need.
What's the point if you're just showing me what you need? Be with yourself. No. That's why people split up. No.
Brianna mad.
She is.
No, but I'm just throwing different scenarios out there because sometimes that's how some people think, though. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, well, hey, this is the way I know how to love, so I'm gonna love you this way. You better take it or leave it.
This is why I said you have to put the regular love languages, the 5 that people know.
Or is it the 18?
I've never heard of 18.
No, it is. It's 18.
Well, normal people, when you go to therapy, they give you a list of 5.
Maybe the 5 basics.
Psychology.
Yeah,
Would help you.
The basics. Yeah.
Put them on repeat, and you have to practice them all so that nothing is missed.
I mean, you got different types of intimacy, right?
Yeah.
It means everything to people, or different to people.
No, it's the same.
Excuse me? How?
No, it's different.
The intimacy?
Yes.
Intimacy is so different.
Okay, explain.
Cooking could be intimacy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Painting each other toenails can be intimacy.
Okay.
Getting the jig on could be intimacy.
Taking a walk, having conversation, massages, intellectual conversations. It's all intimacy. There you go to your encyclopedia.
Is that an Android?
It's an apple.
I was about to say, because it's going to give you the wrong definition if it's an Android.
I'm not Thor.
Not Thor.
Let me see.
You know you ain't got your glasses on.
Oh, God.
I sure don't.
So, Cherry.
So physical intimacy, emotional intimacy, intellectual, experimental, sexual, spiritual, conflict, and creative.
We said all that.
Literally.
Literally.
We did. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. But you had to pull it up.
But just to make it clear, everybody got that one. I don't know. I feel like maybe I can't rely on somebody to show me love.
That's trauma.
That is trauma.
Yeah.
And it's trauma and it's trust issues because I allow that. Because I have a big heart too. I would, pour out and, I have true intentions, but not everybody's going to have the same. So I'm learning to fuck it, love myself. That way I'm less disappointed.
I agree.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Nobody is a better life partner to you than you.
That's right.
Yeah, because if you can love yourself the way you want to be loved, you'll never be disappointed.
Never
right,
be alone.
but you'll find somebody who falls in line. You're not going to find toxicity at the same time.
You hope to find that.
Yeah, you hope.
I mean, you're not going to that person's not going to hit every point on loving you, and that's why communication comes into play. Communicating.
A lot of people that claim they're in love today, this very moment, are sacrificing a piece of their self to feel that.
Oh, of course.
That's half of America.
And it's garbage.
It's half the United States.
It's either sacrifice or
world.
compromising.
It
You
is.
call it a compromise?
No, I said it's either sacrifice or compromise. Because some people look at it as I'm compromising when they actually sacrifice.
They sacrificing. Yeah. But see, this is where those lines get bleared between compromise and sacrifice.
I wasn't going to say.
Bleared.
It was both.
Blurred.
That was an easy one.
That was.
Don't act like you know how to say that.
She just did.
I have intellectual moments.
Not intellectual.
Okay.
She said that word "horde." She wasn't
Okay.
going to mess it up.
The bleared the line.
Oh, no.
Blurred the line. I'm saying in a blurred line. It's just people just, get those two mixed up.
Probably.
I think people don't. Here's the thing. I don't think people really know what they want when it comes to love.
No.
I really don't.
Well, you know what? It can kind of be confusing at times because, if you have went through so many different things in life that hasn't been positive, or it's been up and down between positive and negative, sometimes it is hard to decipher what you really want. Because if you coming out of a lot of pain and hurt, and the first thing that comes to you and it's showing you something different, you can be like, "This is what I want." If it happens so fast in the moment, because it's taking you out of that moment of not feeling that pain. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everything gets sped up.
Okay.
But for a person who actually coming into it from a positive view and have did their work and done everything they need to do naturally and at a slower pace and be like, you know what, what's the rush? Let's really sit down and evaluate this day by day. They will have a better outcome because, you know, they may start to see red flags or whatever like that and be like, okay, let's put a stop to it right here and let's try to work on these things together. Mm-hmm. If not, then they be like, well, you know what, you're not the person for me. And then they go on about their business, still, you know, loving themselves.
That right there. They don't stop and love there. So the problem is, and why it continues, at least I feel like, is because they jump out of stuff like that and think that now they know what to do with the next person.
Yeah.
But it ain't done right.
That's so true. Yeah. That's so true. They're like, well, I did this with this person. That didn't work. So let's try this.
Tweak it just a little bit.
Tweak it a little bit. Yeah.
But you can't go into it either with, it didn't work with this person. I found red flags, jump to the next person. Because all you're doing is like.
But see, they're saying there's not a problem with them, though.
Right, yeah.
Maybe it's your ass.
Yeah.
How about everybody just get therapy before they go to the next relationship?
The thing is, you got to get comfortable to do that. A lot of people are not comfortable on going to therapy and peeling back layers about themselves. If you peel back layers of yourself, you're going to find there's going to be this scared little child or whatever the case may be that's hiding inside those layers.
You do read psychology books.
Why you say that?
Because of what you just said. The goal in therapy is to peel back until you get to the child, to your little self.
Well, I read that. Where everything stems from.
Yeah. I know. I took psychology class and I actually got a C. So in college. So there you go.
I don't think things from my childhood.
You may not think it doesn't, but if you really sit down and really start pulling back some layers, it's going to be there.
Today is not Tuesday, 1:00.
What that mean?
My therapy time. Okay, don't come for me. I'm minding my business. Whoa.
I'm just being honest.
I think with that, the only thing, like I said earlier, is as a child, I was getting prepared for war.
But why?
Because somebody put my mama through a war.
There you go. That's trauma.
And that's why little Brianna is right here.
Uh-huh.
No, she's not. Keep her ass away from me. No.
Yeah, but you start seeing things. You may not see it right now, but there'll be things that come up. Just sit with it. Be self-aware. Just write in your journal and say, okay, as a child, this happened, right? Then when something happens as an adult person, you start seeing how it triggers you and it takes you back to that childhood trauma. I know. I'm like a therapist.
Goodbye.
Think about it.
I'll forever want to be loved 150% for myself.
Everybody should want to be loved.
Yeah.
But don't mean you're going to get it. The only person that can guarantee love is you.
God
love everybody.
Well,
but in order for you to feel it and truly
when you get there, they're all gonna love you. It's an immense of.
You can have haters in heaven. What do you mean?
No, it's different. It's different. It's when you get there, it's different. It's
You done been?
About to say.
What airplane did you get on?
Not Spirit Airline.
We'll talk about my death experience
at a different date. God.
But it's different. It's it's filled with love and the people and
it's a different feeling to have someone choose you because
you do go through a replay of your life.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember I told you that.
We'll remember that on this day.
Thank you. Write this down. Write it down.
Oh, that's a way to think of it.
What?
I told Nate this. No, I'm just looking.
We're all looking around like, huh?
Wait, how you said show love or what did you say? That I questioned? You said show love or something like that?
I don't remember.
Darn it.
Darn it.
I think you said show love and I said, what is that? And I feel like having somebody choose you, like all of you, not because they have to,
Right.
is a way to show someone that you truly love them. Like, your person doesn't choose you because they have to. My brother loves me because he's my brother. My grandma, that's a bad example. My papa loved me because he's my papa. Like, they have to. But like your person that truly, like none of the craziness, loves you. I feel like that's the way to show.
Yeah.
I see that.
So we're talking about you today, Brianna. Let's 30 years later.
I'm 28. What?
Let's talk about it then. 30 years later.
So when you turn 58, we're going to come back to this podcast and we're going to bring you back on and be like, Brandon, remember that day?
Yeah. Hopefully I have all my teeth.
Oh, no.
Well, you know they got the veneers out here now. You better get some to pop in.
They
Amazon.
they got a good veneer doctor, dentist up north.
They got them pop-ons now.
I know. Don't do them
Not a
pop-ons.
pop-on.
I'm just saying.
You ain't talking to yourself.
You know we're in a recession. Hey, pop-on veneers with some super glue.
Your whole gum is going to be swollen. That being said, we have gave you love for today. So here's a thought, a food for thought. Go home, write in your journal, and ask yourself, what is love? For you. Not for anybody else, but for you. And see what you can come up with. And if you got a partner, talk to your partner about it. Y'all do the same thing and see how that plays and what you guys both think about love and what is love. That being said, I want to thank everybody for listening and joining our show.